You know what I've always wondered? If you zoomed in on your hand, like really zoomed in, past the skin, the cells, and even past the atoms, would you eventually start seeing the pixels that compose our reality? Like right now, real life feels smooth, infinite. But if this is a simulation, that smoothness has to be a lie, right? I know that sounds like a high thought, and just for the record, no, I don't use drugs. But stick with me, because no computer has infinite memory. Eventually, the rendering engine has to give up. So, today I don't want to talk about physics. I want to find the edge of the map of our reality. To find the exact point where the universe runs out of memory and starts glitching out. And to find it, we first have to look at the one place where this has already happened. Minecraft. Think of the universe like a Minecraft map. Any given point has its own coordinate numbers. You get them by hitting F3 on the keyboard, by the way. When you are near the center of the map, the spawn point, the numbers are very small. And because they are small, the computer has plenty of memory left to track the decimals. You know, those numbers after the dot. That's your precision. That's the millimeters and the meters. Or, if you are from the land of the free, the inches in the feet. Because the computer can track those tiny numbers, everything around you feels smooth, right? But if you travel about 17 million blocks out, the coordinate number gets huge. It hogs all of the memory. The computer doesn't just forget those numbers after the dot, it deletes them. Because it physically doesn't have enough memory to care about inches anymore. So it has to make a choice. It rounds you to the nearest block. It snaps you to the grid. And that is why, if you walk far enough in Minecraft Bedrock Edition, you hit something players call the stripe length. Look at the ground. It isn't solid anymore, is it? The math has given up. The computer can no longer calculate where one block touches the next. So, it just leaves a gap. The seamless world is gone. Now it's just disconnected chunks floating in the void. So I looked it up. Does our universe have a grid size? Is there a point in which the physics engine of the universe just stops rendering the very small stuff because it runs out of memory? Spoiler alert, yes, there is. If you look at a printed photo with a microscope, the face disappears. You just see dots. If you look really close at your phone or monitor right now, you can see the red, green, and blue pixels. We used to think reality was smooth, right? Infinite, that you could zoom in forever. But modern physics suggests that eventually you hit a hard stop, a resolution floor. It's called the Planck Length. It is the smallest possible unit of space. And when I say small, I mean unreasonably small. If you took a single atom and blew it up to be the size of the entire observable universe, the Planck length would be about the size of a single tree. This is the pixel size of our reality, the smallest size possible. And here is the part that keeps me up at night. Scientists say that trying to measure anything smaller than this pixel doesn't just get blurry. Oh no, it doesn't. It breaks physics if you try to look at what's inside it. The energy required creates a microscopic black hole. The simulation literally crashes. It deletes the region forever. Okay, so getting on point. We have the pixel size, right? Which is just the smallest size possible. But that is just the hard limit on the resolution of reality, right? And here is where it gets really weird. Remember how the Minecraft map broke because the coordinate numbers got too big? Well. The exact same thing happens if the numbers get too small. To describe something microscopic like an electron, you need precision. You need a coordinate with a ridiculous amount of decimal places. To tell the computer exactly where a subatomic particle is, you have to fill up every single memory slot with zeros. It hogs the memory just as bad as the big numbers did in the far lands.
Oh, there's balloons in the far lands.
And this creates a resource conflict. The computer needs the memory to track where the particle is, but it also needs memory to track how fast it's moving. But we are out of slots. We used all of our memory defining the position, so we have zero memory left to define the speed. This isn't magic, it's just running out of memory. In physics, we call this the Heisenberg Uncertainty Principle. But if you look at it like a programmer, it's just a Minecraft glitch happening at a microscopic scale. And because the computer can't track the speed and the position at the same time, the particle glitches out. That character is vibrating because the computer lost its precision. That electron is vibrating for the exact same reason. You see it now? We call that in physics quantum fluctuation. But if I ever saw that in a lobby, I wouldn't call it quantum. I would say the guy is lagging, and I would probably report him. I mean, honestly, who wouldn't? So, pixel limit? Check. Memory limit? Check. But there is one more trick the devs use to keep the frame rates high. Level of detail. You know when you look at a building on the horizon in a massive open world game? Wow, so exciting. Well, it's usually like a potato. Just a low poly cardboard cutout. But the second you aim your scope at it, the textures load, the windows appear, the potato becomes a building. The game didn't waste energy rendering that doorknob until you were close enough to touch it. If you aren't looking at the details don't exist. Physicists have seen something similar. It's the Double Slit Experiment. I'm gonna skip the heavy math because honestly, I barely get it myself. But the SparkNotes version is: when we shoot particles through these slits and we don't look at them, They act like waves. They are the low poly version, just a cloud of probability. But the second we put a sensor there, the second we aim the scope, they snap. They stop acting like waves and start acting like solid little objects. The moment we ask the universe, "Where are you?" it's forced to load the high-resolution texture. People try to make this sound spiritual. Oh, the universe knows we are watching it. But honestly, to me, this just sounds like lazy loading. I mean, why would the universe, or in this case, the simulation, waste any precious energy and processing power, rendering and calculating the exact precise location of every single atom and electron out there? It doesn't make any sense. It's not magic. It's just aggressive optimization, right? It's kind of like how I only clean the part of my room that is visible on the webcam. I'll forget about it, it's not even clean at all. Anyway, so going back to the beginning, if you go too far from the center of the game map, the math breaks, right? But wait, I play No Man's Sky. I play Elite Dangerous. Those games have maps the size of entire galaxies. So what's going on? How do they run without shaking apart? And turns out, developers found a workaround. And honestly, it's kind of a cheat code. In games like Outer Wilds, the engine knows that if you travel too far from 0, 0, 0, which in coordinates is just the center of the map, the physics will glitch. So it doesn't let you travel. It keeps you locked at 0 forever. And instead, it moves the entire universe around you. You are the stationary point. The galaxy is just scrolling past. And the crazy thing is, this is exactly how Einstein says real life works. There is no fixed center of the universe. Wherever you are standing right now, that is the center of the universe. The speed of light and even time, it's all relative to you. I know it's easy to feel small when you look at the pixel size or even the universe itself. To feel like you're just a low poly background asset in a broken simulation. But if you think about how the machine actually works, about how it's keeping you at the center to keep the math from breaking, and if it's waiting to render the world until you look at it, then the system isn't optimized for rocks or stars. It is optimized for the observer. It means you aren't just a glitch in the code. You are the player. You are the focal point of the render engine. The universe isn't lagging. It's just waiting for you. to make a move. But if you want to see another example of a world that is completely broken, but in such a way that actually makes it better, then you should check out this video on why Skyrim is a masterpiece, specifically because of its glitches. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'm gonna go lay down and stare at the ceiling for a while. So, see ya. Love you guys.